Hey yo,
Hello.
what's up, beautiful?
Welcome
people?
back to the Wise Family.
We're
Is that
back.
what we say?
Yeah, we're the Wise family.
We haven't recorded in a while. You know how people like the YouTubers like,
It's like we haven't been here in a while.
haven't been here a while. No, you've been
you
missing us.
know?
Like no one noticed.
It's like you've been living life. But,
Anyway,
yeah.
but no, we have missed you all. And being real, like let's just be honest. Like we wanted to like have better equipment to record on, and so we're like, once we get this, we'll start recording again. But it's like we're gonna be faithful with what we have.
We're just gonna
So
do
we rock. If y'all saw the setup right now, y'all be like, LOL, like it's like a brick that y'all are leaning on. But let me tell you, so if you needed this,
We
right
may
here,
even do like a. Where's your phone? Take a picture for the
Take a
community
video?
post.
hold on, this is what y'all look like right now, and then hold on, I'll insert this video and not get my crusty toes in there. But and then that's y'all
Hallelujah.
right there. So if you needed that, this video is about something else. But if you needed like that encouragement to just go ahead and get started,
Literally.
I don't care if you broke down. Like, just get started.
Get
You know
started.
what I mean? Get
Let's
started.
do
But
it.
anyway, today we're going to be talking about this comment that we got here.
Yeah.
And so we saw your comment, and we're going to do this video. So if y'all want to see more videos from us on different topics, please just like
Yeah,
insert
let
it.
us know. We
Let
would
us
love to know.
Anyway, getting into it. The transition.
into it.
How you know that someone is like your wife or your husband or has
Right.
the potential to be your wifey or your hubby.
Be that one.
I would say this is the number one thing, that they actually want you. Like, let's be real. I've seen people try to, it's like they create this script, but the other person isn't in the play,
Right.
and they're playing both parts, and they're
Right.
like, hey, and like they're creating this person that doesn't exist
Right.
with the person that's there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so it's just like, say like there's like a guy and he's like, I know she's really into me, she doesn't really pick up my phone calls, but I know she's busy, but she's
Yeah.
picking up everybody else's phone calls. And it's like
Yeah.
you're trying to keep creating all these excuses.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, someone can speak one thing, but their actions say another.
Right.
If a man wants to be with you, he's going to be with
gonna
you.
be with you.
If a woman wants to be with you, she's going to be with you.
Yeah.
Now, of course, if like someone in the family died or like something
Yeah,
like
something
extreme,
tragic happened and maybe they're not.
can you talk on that for the ladies so they can know? Like,
Absolutely. So even with you, I knew I wanted you. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I knew that you were just beautiful, unique, and that I pursued you. You know what I mean? And I know there's a thing in this. I don't know. There's a new way to where I don't want to get into all that, but either way, I feel like, especially for the woman, the man, you should see a certain response in the man that he is actually like he wants to move further in this. And I see a lot of times where the woman will try to force it, and
or make excuses for
or
it.
excuses, and the whole prophecy thing where it's like, God told me that you were my husband, so you're just gonna have to, like, he's just gonna have to, you know what I mean? So again, it's good to know, like, again, the way that God confirms things. God confirms things. He's not, it's not just blind faith. Like, he confirms when that person is the one, and you'll definitely know when he's pursuing you and when you know that he's interested in you.
And like one thing too that I just want to speak on with this, get to the point where you're your full self.
Yeah.
Stop being the woman that you think that he wants or the man that you think that she wants.
Right.
Become you.
Yeah.
And so I feel like in the waiting period, become so confident in who you are, because what you don't want to do is like, it's almost like you're allowing that person to date someone else, and then I don't know what that bird's talking
those
about.
birds are really going.
They're going crazy, but
Yeah.
like you're almost allowing that person to date someone else. So then when you enter marriage, you're like, why isn't this working?
Right.
And it's because you never allowed your true self to come out. So of
Yeah.
course you're not going to find true happiness if you're not your true self.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Absolutely. And that's another one. So number 2 is how you know that this is something real is that you're able to be your true self. Like, you don't have to act a certain way to try to manipulate this thing to work. When it's real, the true everything, flaws, all of it, because that's the same way that the Lord takes us, is that he doesn't wait for us to get all together for him to receive us and for his love to be demonstrated. If the man demonstrates his care and love, even in the midst of flaws or just like maybe you snort when you laugh, everything, like don't remove that snort. Don't take that snort
Don't
out.
take
Like,
put that snort back.
if he loves you with the snort, that's how you know it's real. You know what I mean? All of that. And character, that's different. But when it's your authentic self, when you feel like this person, like you can just be who you are and you can just rest. It's just a rest. That's the way the Holy Spirit really works, is that it's a flow and it's a rest, and you know when you're at peace and when you're at rest with that person.
Literally.
You know?
And even when you get into their friends, like their friend environment, like it's okay if you don't vibe with their friends. I'm not saying that you have to, but are they embarrassed of you when they're with their friends? Like, do they kind of like make slight remarks to kind of get at you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's not your person at all. Because like the thing is, like, this person needs to be like a protector of you, a protector of like your heart, you know what I mean? And so if you're their friends are kind of like, oh, blah, 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 and they're just like, oh, I know, right? Drop it.
Right.
Because they need to be the type of person who's like, no, you ain't gonna talk about my girl like that, or no, you're not gonna talk about my boy like that. So it's like, because again, what we're saying as well, this like, okay, this is like going into marriage. These are people who, we're speaking to people who want to go like in from dating, from courting into engagement, into marriage.
Absolutely.
Marriage lasts 30 plus years, you know what I mean? And it lasts for a long time.
Yeah.
It's not going to be just this little moment.
It's not just a season.
So when you're looking at someone, you're looking at the fullness of life that you can have with them. And so it's like, if they're always making fun of you when they're with their friends, or like, you know, talking down on you when they're with their friends, or even with their family and stuff, you're going to have to deal with that for the rest of your life, because that's a character flaw. And so that's the thing. Like, it's okay if someone needs to grow and mature, but when it comes to character flaws and stuff like that, where it's like they're making fun of, like they're not treating you like the person that you need to, you know what I mean?
Exactly. And you don't want to go into that mode of like, oh, maybe when we get married, we can fix that. Don't get into the mode, especially, again, that's a common thing as well. It's like, okay, I can fix this. Okay, we can work with that. And I get it. Like, again, we're going to grow, absolutely. But when there are really big kind of like, I guess you would say red flags is what you can say, especially with character, again, it's one of those things where, it can grow, but if in that case, even you can even wait until and hold off even just getting into that dating or getting into that until maybe you see changes. Or, but to be honest, you know, there's certain things where you just know it's like, okay, nah. And again, that's another thing, guys. You have, especially if you know God and you know that He lives within you, check that inner well, check that place. Like, you're not wrong all the time. And I feel like a lot of us ignore it, and we think, you know, maybe it's just me being afraid. Because some of you think that it's fear because maybe you're just now getting into dating, and you're like, okay, maybe this is just fear in general. It's like, no, like, check it, you know, and really take that time to really see, is like, am I feeling this way because maybe I'm nervous, or maybe that's just the butterflies, or is it like an actual caution? Like, our
like your body is like, get away
from this person. And another thing, especially because we talked a lot for the women, but for the men, I would say, again, because we are overall the lead and the visionary and the head of the relationship. You're going into marriage, you're going to be the head of the relationship. You want to make sure, again, that the vision, like that you and her together, that your visions align, that your vision for your family, it pairs. And, you know, one thing is, you know, with her, I knew, because she was into, like, I felt like this was literally my other half, where it was like, she's into music, I love music, we have a heart for
dropping
artists.
His stuff right here.
Dropping whatever. Even the little things like fashion. Like, I had a whole, you know, vision and heart for what my wife would be like, and she just checked all the boxes. So again, don't belittle that. If God gave you a specific vision of what your wife would look like, what your wife would be like, not just look like, but be like, that what she looked like, it was a A++. So I will say that too. Don't sleep on that. But like, what the idea and the vision that you see, and don't downplay that, and don't settle, and don't, just because you're in a rush, or maybe some of you feel like you're behind. It's like, man, I'm like in my mid-30s. I'm in my, no, you're not, because the life and that resurrection power can redeem any time that you even feel like you've lost, maybe even of mistakes. Maybe, you know, things happen and you really maybe have missed it. Listen, God has that woman for you. ladies, God has that man for you. You are not out of time. Even if you are, God is the redeemer of time. He's the Lord of time. So this is your time. And that's what we came to speak to you as well, is not just how to figure out, but just know that your time is now. This is your season. So don't just lose all hope, lose all faith, and like, all right, let me just get into something. I got to get into something. Like, I'm running out of time. Don't say that. Don't say that. And that's what I would say, especially for the men, is like, does this relationship, do you see a vision? What do you see in this relationship? More than just you having an attraction for one another, what has God showed you? What do you see as far as family, as far as, because you'll have a woman that maybe she doesn't even want to have kids, but you want to have kids. Or maybe you don't want to travel, but she wants to travel.
Yeah.
So it's just like different things like that. Again, you don't want to at the mercy of what you believe God has shown you as far as your life. Because like she said, this is not just a season.
This is your life.
This is your life. Marriage,
you know? And so that's why, like, you know, we're believers of Jesus Christ. And, like, you know, I know, like, a lot of people, when they give, like, dating advice and stuff like that, or anything, they're like, oh, make sure he prays. Man, I feel like all those are given. So just like praise, read the word, man of God, woman of God, like that's all there.
Yeah, that's in there.
You know what I mean? But like, I feel like the Lord wants us to laugh.
Yeah, absolutely.
He wants us to like allow that childlikeness back out. You know what I mean? Where it's like, and if you're not the kind of couple that wants to like go dance in the rain, like that's okay too. Like that's another thing. You don't have to look like everybody else out here.
Exactly.
Like your romance can be you all sitting watching Netflix eating some pizza, and that's like that's y'all's. Or like y'all's romance can be like, you know what, like do you want to do these spreadsheets together?
Facts.
And it's like y'all are doing
administration,
whatever makes you smile, but realize that like marriage is like, it's not only for purpose, but it's also for fun too. I mean, like, just being real, like, yeah, it's amazing, like the sex is amazing, you know what I mean? But like, you also want to laugh, you want to have a good time. Absolutely. You want to like enjoy life, you know what I mean? And it's okay to romanticize your life, you know? And it doesn't have to be like, you know, you coming down a castle on a pony.
Right. It doesn't have to be a Disney fantasy, you know what I mean?
But if you wanted to, why not? You know what I mean? It's just like, well, actually, be careful with that, because like some girls are like, Flynn Rider, where are you?
Where's his like horse, and like, why is he not picking me up on the horse right now? Why is he not picking
me up in the horse right now?
You can do that later on. Maybe you can have a time in Disney and y'all can reenact that. But again, just we're one of those. If you came to this video, we're one of those that believe that nothing is impossible with God, and that faith is the reality of things hoped for. It's the substance of things hoped for. So we're not even telling you, okay, just settle, you know, be realistic. We're not telling you be realistic, but we're saying really just know what God has shown you, and know what you know, and like, yes, this is what I want. This is the man that I see. This is the woman that I see. And know that the fact that that's what you feel, it's not there on accident. Yeah. So we're here to give you hope. We're here to give you just that extra boost to know that. And we're even shifting some of you where it may have even been like an attack on, you know, you meeting this person or whatever. And we came to break you free in the name of Jesus. And we even shift you guys into alignment to be at the right place at the right time, to meet that person, or to just be in that atmosphere where God can find you, and that person can find you, or you can be found. So we thank you for, you know, coming and, you know, listening and spending time. If you've made it through, just know, again, you're not out of season, you're not too late, and God has that person for you. And just know, when you know, you know.
When you know, you know.
That's
when you both know.
You both know. Okay. And there's agreement.
There's agreement. Don't go choking out cats, being like, you mine.
Yeah.
She mine, he mine. Anyway, but
don't force it.
Yeah, this wasn't necessarily our love story, but, you know, I hope that this was applicable.
Applicable.
Anyway, apple bottom jeans.
Apple tree. Yeah.
Apple trees for you. Anyway.
Yes, love you
guys. Until next time. And drop more videos that y'all want. Drop more
comments. Let me know what y'all want to. Let us know. We're going to do the YouTube. Let us know what y'all want on the next video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. You know what I mean? Bell notifications right here. I'm going to put it right there, right over there, and right up here. So, yeah, love y'all.